I never thought Kendrick, but there's a couple other people I thought would have called my name by now that I never did. But
oh, is that what you're waiting for, the name call?
I'm waiting for it. I'm ready for it. Not waiting for it, but I'm ready for it.
Drake and Kendrick Lamar are two massive stars in hip-hop, dominating charts, inspiring countless artists, and building legendary careers. But beneath their fame and glory lies a heated beef that's been bubbling under the surface.
It would have to be warranted, because it would be scathing. The bars would be scathing.
After Kendrick Lamar's latest diss, everyone's asking the same juicy question: will Drake fire back? This isn't your average rap fight. It's a clash of titans, a battle between two rap icons.
I really do this, like, as far as writing goes.
And the next move Drake makes could completely reshape their reputations. Will Drake clap back with a fiery diss of his own, or play it cool and let Kendrick simmer in silence? If Drake jumps into this fight, how can he make sure he doesn't get burned in the process?
Drake's a real good dude, first and foremost. You know, he heard my music probably a year back, reached out and just gave me respect on it. You know what I'm saying? So it was a mutual feeling for us appreciating the music. I put out Section 80 a couple months later, like, yo, I need you on this tour. You know, it'll be a pleasure, be an honor. I was like, that's dope, man. So, you know what I mean? I can't back down from that, you know, to expand my music to a crowd that haven't heard it before. I know it's 15,000 people out there. I'm used to 2,000. I'm finna work. I'm finna get at least 100 of these folks, you know, to understand what Kendrick Lamar was.
Let's break it all down and dive deep into what Drake's next move could be. Kendrick's diss has already rocked the hip-hop world, sending shockwaves through fans everywhere. Is Drake about to drop a response that'll shake things up even more?
Bill's crazy.
I can't, and it's like
just enough every time.
For him, where he's at, that's like I know he's gonna murder that shit. I know he is. Yo, can you grab that for me, Usher? Please, sir.
Oh, but when he told me Kendrick, it just made so much sense.
Know.
Oh, what was this brilliance? Oh, so good. So excited to hear that record.
Kendrick Lamar isn't the type to step into a rap beef without a good reason. When he takes a shot, it hits deep. He picks his targets carefully, making sure every diss stings. This latest track wasn't just a casual jab at Drake. Kendrick went straight for the jugular, attacking Drake's credibility, reputation, and even his legacy in hip-hop.
I'm not the guy, but there's a reason why they don't call my name. I'm not the guy. I'm not the one.
Even though Kendrick didn't drop Drake's name in every line, everyone knows exactly who he was aiming at. He openly questioned Drake's street cred, hinting that Drake might not even write his own lyrics. Kendrick threw serious shade at Drake's commercial success, accusing him of chasing chart-topping hits instead of staying true to real hip-hop. But Kendrick didn't stop there. He boldly challenged Drake's place among hip-hop's greatest, implying Drake doesn't deserve a spot at the top. On top of all that, Kendrick tossed in some ruthless personal digs, setting social media on fire. Fans are freaking out, arguing if Kendrick has completely buried Drake's career, or if there's still hope for a legendary clapback.
All love from the moment I did the verse to after the verse. You know what I mean? I think hip-hop is a sport, so you're going to have these little spits and spats. And it's all good because, personally, I respect these dudes as, you know, as people. You know what I mean? So, outside of that, it's really nothing.
Specifically, where are you at, like, with the J. Cole? Specifically, where are you at with a Drake or so on and so forth?
I respect their music,
like that.
For sure. I respect them as individuals and creators. And I think what the media tried to do is insane, because they take these black, you know, young brothers and really try to clash it and make bump heads. And that's not right.
Right.
That's how I look at it. I think it's not right.
This definitely ain't Drake's first rodeo. He's battled his way through plenty of rap feuds before. Some of his most unforgettable hip-hop moments came from going head-to-head with other artists. Just look at how he handled Meek Mill. When Meek accused Drake of having ghostwriters, Drake didn't let that slide. He hit back hard with Back to Back. And that wasn't just any ordinary diss track. It became an absolute smash hit, topping charts, blasting in clubs everywhere, and inspiring endless hilarious memes. By the time Meek tried to swing back, Drake had already knocked him out cold in the eyes of fans.
I don't like confrontation, but I'm also not the guy, especially when it comes to rap.
The message was clear. Drake knows exactly how to drop diss tracks that make headlines worldwide. But things got way trickier when Pusha T stepped into the ring. This was a whole different beast. Pusha didn't just toss insults. He went nuclear, exposing Drake's deepest secret with The Story of Adidon. Suddenly, the world found out Drake had a secret son named Adonis, something Drake hadn't even revealed himself yet. Drake scrambled to respond, but the damage was done, forcing him into damage control rather than firing back full force. Now fans wonder, is Kendrick about to push Drake into another defensive play, or can Drake bounce back with another iconic comeback?
I see Kendrick tomorrow, I'm gonna dap him. I didn't feel the way about that verse. I get it. I get the moment. Like, you know, he's a good guy. And like, I know that verse had no malice behind it because I saw him 5 days later at the VMAs and it was all love. So it's like, he didn't come on there on some wild, like, yeah, I'm in New York, f- everybody don't look at me. Like,
I'm the king.
So it was, you know, it was one of those things. It's like, I almost wish he had come in there on that shit because I kind of lost like a little respect for the sentiment of the verse. If it's really fuck everybody, then it needs to be fuck everybody. It just can't be halfway for the sake of the people. But you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, that's just how I feel.
Drake later admitted he had a diss track ready to fire back at Pusha T, but ultimately held it back, saying it felt way too ruthless. What's that tell us? Drake can handle heat, but when things get too personal, he's quick to back off. For years now, Drake and Kanye West have been locked in a weird hip-hop cold war, dropping slick comments, leaking dirt, and throwing subtle shade, but they've never actually unleashed full-blown diss tracks at each other. Why? Because Drake loves playing the long game. Instead of dropping one explosive diss, he'd rather send a bunch of subtle shots to keep things simmering. Drake's moves are always calculated. If he doesn't see a clear path to victory, he plays the waiting game instead. But now Kendrick Lamar has thrown the first punch, so what's Drake's next move?
Drake is doing our show, Max Kellerman, myself, Sports Nation. Now, we always did our show live. That day, I don't know why, we had to tape it. And it turned into him going at Kendrick Lamar. And really going at Kendrick Lamar, saying, man, come on, man, I'm me and he's him. And all like, he just sunning him. And he just kept talking trash about Kendrick. He was saying basically, him, Kendrick here, stop comparing me to the guy. Interview over, 10, 15 minutes, I don't know. 12:45, another meeting. Yeah, Drake's people called and said, we shouldn't air that. Are you guys sure everything was fine? I was like, everything's good. Actually, it's great. He went in on somebody that's gonna give us huge boost, ratings, people gonna watch, etc. 1 o'clock, they was like, we're not airing the interview. Drake just called again. He said, if we air that interview, he's not hosting the S.
Drake could fire back with the type of diss track fans have been begging for, a raw, ruthless response aimed directly at Kendrick. He could grab this moment to remind the world he's not just a pop chart king, but also a true hip-hop heavyweight, like he did when he shut down Meek Mill. Will Drake finally unleash another iconic diss, or will he play it cool again, leaving fans hungry for more? Dropping another diss track that becomes a cultural sensation could completely flip the script. But hold up, there's a catch. Kendrick Lamar is definitely no Meek Mill. He's on a whole different level. If Drake jumps into this battle, he's got to be ready for Kendrick to strike back even harder. Is Drake really prepared to take that risk, or will he play it safe?
And I'm trying to compete with everybody, you know, to be the best. And that's how I feel, you know, everybody else should think about it, you know. So when people feel like they need to make their comments, I feel that's needed. You know, you're supposed to feel like you're the best, because if you don't, you're going to get stepped on, because there's a jungle out there, you feel me?
Drake could also stick to his classic game plan, sending subliminal shots instead of firing direct missiles. He might sprinkle subtle shade in his upcoming album, throw slick comments in interviews, or just let his loyal fans fight the battle online. Sure, it's worked before, but this time, against Kendrick, fans could see Drake's indirect jabs as a sign he's ducking the real challenge. Or Drake could completely ignore Kendrick's diss altogether, treating it like it doesn't even deserve his attention. Sure, silence would dodge direct conflict, but it comes with big risks. Staying silent could easily be seen as admitting defeat, similar to when Drake went quiet after Pusha T exposed him. Would ignoring Kendrick's attack protect Drake's legacy, or seriously hurt his street cred and reputation? If Drake decides to face Kendrick head-on, he'd have to be careful. Every move matters. Kendrick is known for sharp, calculated disses that leave lasting scars. Drake can't afford a sloppy response. His reply would need to be so strong, it silences all doubts about his skills. Fans are already buzzing online, debating possible outcomes. Some say Drake must fire back fast to save face and show he's not scared. Others believe he's better off letting Kendrick's heat fade away, betting fans will eventually move on to the next big drama. One thing is clear, Drake's next decision isn't just about pride, it's about protecting his legacy. Kendrick Lamar has already raised the stakes, and the whole hip-hop world is watching closely. If Drake hits back, he'll have to bring his absolute best, delivering punchlines and powerful lyrics that'll set social media ablaze. But if he stays quiet or sends only subtle shade, critics might call it a retreat, saying Drake lost his nerve. Either way, this feud will shape how fans see Drake for years to come. Will he step up, take the mic, and fight, or is he about to let Kendrick walk away with the win? And let's not forget Kendrick's own stakes in this drama. He's got a lot riding on this beef too. Kendrick Lamar has built his career on raw authenticity, fearless bars, and brutal honesty. If Drake fires back with a powerful diss, Kendrick will have no choice but to respond with equal force or risk losing credibility himself. Right now, Kendrick seems to hold the advantage, riding high off a diss that sent shockwaves through the industry. But hip-hop is unpredictable. Today's winner can quickly become tomorrow's loser. Fans are split. Some say Kendrick's already secured the crown, while others believe he's poked the bear, giving Drake exactly the spark he needed to drop another iconic track. But here's the twist. Kendrick isn't known for backing down either. He always comes prepared. He's probably anticipating Drake's next move, ready with ammunition that could seriously damage Drake's reputation if things escalate further. So the question remains, is Kendrick truly ready for what Drake might unleash? Could Kendrick's bold diss backfire if Drake lands a hit that's even more ruthless? Both rappers stand on a knife's edge, and one misstep could drastically shift hip-hop's power balance. Are we about to see Kendrick Lamar double down? Or will Drake reclaim the narrative and prove he's still hip-hop royalty? Meanwhile, the entire rap community is holding its breath, waiting to see who blinks first. Social media is already flooded with speculation, theories, and endless debates over Drake's potential clapback. Fans are dissecting past feuds, analyzing every lyric, every subtle hint, looking for clues about Drake's next move. Some fans believe Drake secretly thrives under pressure and that Kendrick's attack might have actually lit a fire underneath him. They're convinced he'll deliver another track like Back to Back, something so hard-hitting it'll remind everyone why he's still at the top. But not everyone's on Drake's side. Kendrick's supporters argue he's exposed Drake once and for all, showing he's more about catchy hooks than genuine rap skills. They're already celebrating, declaring Kendrick the ultimate winner and predicting Drake doesn't even have the guts to respond. Either way, the stakes are sky high. Kendrick challenged Drake's legacy, and if Drake stays silent, Kendrick might cement himself as the new undisputed king of rap. But if Drake fires back with everything he's got, it could kickstart the biggest rap feud of the decade, shaking up the entire hip-hop scene. Behind the scenes, industry insiders are already buzzing about how this feud might reshape rap's power dynamics. Drake's camp is likely weighing every single option, plotting the perfect strategy to protect his image, while Kendrick's team is ready to counter any move Drake makes. Producers, rappers, and record labels are keeping a close eye, because whoever comes out on top will set the tone for hip-hop going forward. If Drake responds powerfully enough, he could reclaim his dominance, silencing critics and proving he's still untouchable. But if Kendrick lands another devastating blow, Drake might face lasting damage to his credibility. The industry's attention is already translating into streams and sales as fans race to catch every lyrical jab. There's big money riding on this feud, and both rappers know it. Drama sells, controversy boosts careers, and right now, Kendrick and Drake are at the center of the biggest hip-hop controversy of the year. But this showdown isn't just about money or streams, it's about legacy. Kendrick took direct aim at Drake's status in hip-hop, challenging him openly. Now Drake must respond, either with words or silence, and his decision could define his career forever. Will Drake risk it all with a brutal diss track to reclaim his throne, or is Kendrick Lamar about to walk away as the new king of rap? Everyone, from fans to fellow artists, is locked in, waiting anxiously to see what happens next. Fans aren't the only ones glued to this drama. Other rappers are closely watching too. Drake and Kendrick's showdown could shake up the entire rap scene, pushing artists to pick sides or even spark new rivalries. Could this feud set off a chain reaction of diss tracks, alliances, and public beefs? The tension is definitely real. Some rappers might jump into the fray, either backing Drake or siding with Kendrick, hoping to ride the wave of controversy to boost their own profiles. Others might stay neutral, waiting carefully to see who comes out on top before making any moves. Hip-hop thrives on competition, and right now, Drake versus Kendrick is the battle everyone wants to see. Fans are already imagining dream collaborations, intense battles, and explosive diss tracks that could come out of this conflict. But let's be real, this feud is bigger than Drake and Kendrick themselves. It's about what it means to be a legend in hip-hop today. Can Drake prove he still deserves to sit at the top, or will Kendrick finally snatch the crown and redefine rap greatness? Either way, the outcome could change everything. Who's gonna blink first? Who's gonna rise? And who's gonna fall? Drake and Kendrick's next moves could rewrite rap history. So stay tuned, because things are heating up fast and no one wants to miss what happens next. After Brick Baby tried to play Clueless, Loose Cannon snapped back, saying Brick was definitely faking it. Then Cannon brought up a situation from years ago that added even more layers to their connection. According to him, some people were pressing Brick Baby to retrieve something from Cannon. But instead of going through with it, Brick called Cannon directly and warned him there was an attack coming. That heads up kicked off their bond, and ever since, they've kept a cordial connection, no matter how messy things looked on the surface. But after that interview aired, fans weren't convinced. Some believed they just exposed themselves on camera. One person commented, "They just gave themselves away." Another said, "Too much internet talk." Whether it was intentional or not, the streets are talking, and so are the feds. That sit-down might have just been the final nail, because after digging deeper, police reportedly pulled enough evidence to tie both Brick Baby and Cannon directly to crimes tied to the Big U enterprise. Now it's a waiting game to see how it all plays out in court. If you were locked into this story, make sure to smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, share it, and subscribe so you don't miss the next wild update. Hit the notification bell too, and we'll see you in the next video.